Thomas, Trump telling Fox News he did everything right, abiding by the Presidential Records Act 100%. The first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season could be developing in the Gulf of Mexico. Forecasters call it Tropical Depression number 2. So far, not a strong storm, but they say it'll bring rain and flooding to parts of Florida. The drone search continues this morning for 3 people who may still be in the rubble of a collapsed apartment building in Davenport, Iowa. Authorities say everyone else has been accounted for, including 2 others who were just located elsewhere.
One was had previously moved out a month ago, was found in Texas, and the other one was found locally. So
you're listening to ABC News.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
We get another look this morning at the state of the economy. The Labor Department due to release its May jobs report. Economists are expecting it will show that hiring has slowed down a bit, but that a strong, still 190,000 jobs were added across the country. 2 more members of the group The Oath Keepers sentenced for their part in January 6th.
Just 1 week after Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes was sentenced to 18 years in prison. 2 more members of the far-right militia group have been sentenced for their roles in the January 6th insurrection. Roberto Minuto was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison. Edward Vallejo got 3 years behind bars. Both men convicted on a seditious conspiracy charge, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
And no let-up for the NBA's Denver Nuggets after sweeping the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals and then waiting a week for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. They kept right on trucking, beating the Heat in Game 1, 104-93.
The Heat made it a game late. They came back, they were sticking around, but they couldn't get their shots to go. But they will remain confident going into Game 2 because if you've learned anything from these playoffs, you can't count out the Miami Heat. They're just the second 8 seed to make it to the NBA Finals. Game 2 coming up on Sunday night.
ABC's Will Reeve in Denver. This is ABC News.
When they're investigating, we can't stop watching. This month on BritBox, sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the detectives. Discover Britain's most bingeable mysteries, including the brand new season of Grace, the hit series based on the books by best-selling author Peter James. Unwind with the detectives you could watch all night long. Stream them all now exclusively on BritBox. Endlessly intriguing. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Does that old tractor or lawnmower have more electrical tape or duct tape holding it together than you want to admit? Well, maybe it's time to see Phil Sheehan and his staff at NC Tractor for a new Massey Ferguson tractor or mower. Massey Ferguson is a company that's been around for over 175 years. That says a lot about a company. And paired with Phil Sheehan, who's been in business for over 25 years, that says a lot about Phil and his staff. Knowledgeable about their product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Kevin Pleasant here in the Blue Room taking a look at your weather forecast. You can expect today to be partly cloudy with some isolated showers and highs near 85. Chance of precipitation 30%. Overnight partly cloudy and lows around 64. For Saturday, partly cloudy, highs reaching about 83. And overnight Saturday, mostly cloudy with lows getting down to around 65. This has been your weather forecast. Keep it tuned in to 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Welcome to All Things Rutherford, here 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB Rutherfordton. Now here's your host, Todd and Tracy.
Yes, that is indeed right on this fabulous Friday morning. Todd and Tracy live with you in the Blue Room.
Live with you?
Tracy, good morning.
Good morning,
We've
Todd.
already had a check-in from Tonawanda, Washington this morning.
Well, they're up early.
They're up early out there. It's like, 4 o'clock in the morning? They must really have some good feedback on our show that we're going to totally disappoint them with this morning. Kentucky checking in as always.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kentucky. Y'all are officially a part of the Union as of yesterday.
That's right. Congratulations.
Several hundred years ago. So welcome to the Union.
We're so glad y'all arrived.
To have you here on this Friday morning. It is Friday morning, 7:07. Sun peeking out. Going to be a beautiful day. I think highs are supposed to be somewhere around 75, 80.
Oh, I'm telling you, that swimming pool's calling my name.
Let me consult my official WCAB weather app here, and I'll get you the latest scoop on it. Oh, 84 degrees for a high today.
Yes, I can hear it loud and clear.
87 tomorrow. No rain in the forecast until maybe on Monday, so we'll look forward to that. Let's get through the death announcements this morning, and we will start with our morning call-around report. Jim DeVinny, age 80, passed away Wednesday, May the 17th. Arrangements are currently incomplete and will be posted later. Paget and King Mortuary crematory services serving the family of Jim DeVinny. Catherine Kelly Royal passed away May the 31st. Arrangements are incomplete. McMahon's Funeral Home cremation services serving the family of Catherine Royal. Kay Thompson Leibel, age 80, of Rutherfordton. Currently incomplete. McMahon's Funeral Home will announce the arrangements for Kay Thompson. Dorothy Campbell B. Lookadoo, age 87, of Bostic, passed away Wednesday. Arrangements are incomplete and will be announced later. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for B. Lookadoo. Betty Huss Moat passed away Wednesday. Arrangements receiving of friends will be today from 2 until 3. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. McMahon's Funeral Home cremation services in charge of the arrangements for Betty Moat. Dolly Cordell, age 90, passed away Friday. Funeral services will be held Saturday. Crow's Mortuary serving the family of Dolly Cordell. Emmy Gorell, age 69, passed away Wednesday. No local services will be held for Emmy. McMahon's Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Emmy Gorell. Katie Alexander Cantrell passed away May the 29th. Services will be held Saturday, June the 3rd. Those are the arrangements for Katie Cantrell. Alice Marie Taylor Atkins, age 79, passed away Sunday. Funeral services will be private. Crow's Mortuary crematory services serving the family of Alice Atkins. It's time now for the Bill O'Reilly Report on this Friday morning. We'll be back with the Friday Morning Call-Around Report after this.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first. Hey, DirecTV viewers, Bill O'Reilly here, inviting you to watch the No Spin News on the First TV every night, 8 p.m. Eastern. The 2024 election coming up fast. Pundits parade from channel to channel, pushing nothing but speculation and their own partisan agenda. All that stops now with me, Bill O'Reilly, on the First TV. So please join me every night, 8 p.m. for the No Spin News on the First TV, DirecTV channel 347. On this Friday, perhaps the most important aspect of a free society is justice, a sense of fair play when it comes to crime and civil disagreements. When citizens are wrong, the system must attempt to correct the situation. That goal is paramount. There is no justice in China, Russia, and Iran, the new axis of evil, which will eventually cause serious havoc in the world. In those countries, brutal leaders impose their will on the population. There's no appeal. Justice does not exist. The United States is headed in that direction because of massive corruption. some of it enabled by the voters. 2 examples. First, there is strong circumstantial evidence that then Vice President Biden allowed his family to be enriched through shady payments from foreign governments. Yet the Justice Department, under Attorney General Merrick Garland, is not aggressively pursuing an investigation. That is a corruption of justice, period. And then there are the progressive district attorneys elected by the people who refuse to even bring charges against some violent criminals and drug dealers. No justice in places like Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Los Angeles. Victims of crime can expect little assistance. That's where we are in this country right now, primarily because many American voters continue to support far-left politicians. That's got to stop. Back after this. If you are a timeshare owner, you're probably upset that your yearly dues continue to increase. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and done in a specific time frame. They're the only company you can trust, having helped more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out. So please call Lone Star Transfer 855-551-7066 or visit LoneStarTransfer.com. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
H. Clanton, better known as Old Man Clanton, was the leader of a band of outlaws that at one time numbered as many as 300 men. They operated in southeast Arizona. They were known to rustle Mexican cattle and to rob a bullion train now and then. In 1881, a group of the Klan headed by Old Man robbed a bullion train in Guadalupe Canyon, killing 19 Mexicans in the process. A few weeks later, the Old Man and 5 gang members were in turn ambushed and killed by friends of the murdered Mexicans. With Old Man Clanton dead, his son Joseph Isaac Clanton took over the business. Ike Clanton, as he was known around Tombstone, just didn't have the grit. Although the gang was still known as the Clantons, the actual leader was Curly Bill Brocious. Still around, Ike was like that fly that keeps landing on your face when you're trying to catch a nap. With a feud between the Clantons and the Earps developing, Ike Clanton seemed to always be talking tough, but stopping just short of an actual fight. True to his nature, when it came time for the big shootout, Ike refused to fight, and Ike escaped with only a slight neck wound. Later, Ike supposedly masterminded the ambushes of Virgil and Morgan Earp. After the Earp bunch left Tombstone, Ike settled in northeastern Arizona, where he continued his cattle rustling. What Wyatt and Doc couldn't do, a couple of novice deputies were able to accomplish. And on June 1, 1877, while being arrested, Ike Clanton finally pulled his gun, and the novice deputies shot him dead. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
We all sometimes need a towing service. Bad weather, or you just get stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire, or even worse. Call on Tri-City Towing Services of Darrell Burnett. Towing services for big trucks as well as cars and SUVs. He has a rollback service to get you safely to a garage. With years of experience, you're in good hands with Tri-City Towing. Put this number in your phone, 828-305-7707. That's 305-7707. Have it handy when you need it. Remember the name, Tri-City Towing, 1101 West Main Street in Forest City.
15 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. It is June the 2nd. We are already in the month of June. 61 degrees outside. Sunny skies. We're going first to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. With us this morning is Sergeant Brandel. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. What's on that report for us this morning?
Past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has answered 153 calls, processed 10 arrests, and currently have 183 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Titus Hampton, 27-year-old white male of Mooresboro, charged with 7 counts of obtaining property by false pretense. given a $35,000 secured bond. We have a Christopher Morrison, 22-year-old white male, Forest City, charged with 2 counts of failure to appear, given a $3,000 bond. We have a David Allen Wilson, 50-year-old white male of Ellenborough, charged with possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, served with 2 counts of failure to appear, given a $4,500 secured bond. We have a Kihaji Hampton, 25-year-old black male, Forest City, charged with communicating threats, damage to personal property, second-degree trespassing, given a written promise on that. We have a Kalina Harden, 24-year-old white female of Ellenborough, charged with failure to appear, given $500 secured bond. And a Terry Lynn Parsons, 35-year-old white male of Rutherford, served with a failure to appear, given a $750 secured bond. Under our incident reports, we have a misdemeanor larceny reported from St. John Zion Road here in Rutherford. Looks like maybe suspects took some packages off the front porch in that incident. We have a larceny motor vehicle reported from Cherry Mount Street in Ellenborough. Looks like a 2007 Chevrolet Avalanche was taken in that incident. We have a damaged property report from Portsford Road in Rutherford. Looks like suspects cut a chain link fence, entered the fence, looking through vehicles in that incident. And that's all we have for you this morning.
Sergeant Brandon, we appreciate that report. Hope you have a good day and be safe.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Sergeant Brandon with that report from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. We're going to check in with 911 Communications Center after this.
With gas and utility prices skyrocketing, you need to save money wherever you can. Jay's Discount Grocery can help you do just that. Jay's Grocery has a fresh meat market and a produce aisle like no other. Jay's carries all household needs, including dog and cat food, cups, paper plates, drinks, famous brand names arriving daily at a fraction of the cost. You know, you just never know what you'll find at Jay's. Find out for yourself. Jay's is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7, Friday and Saturday, 8 to 8, closed on Sundays. Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street in Forest City. Shop Jay's and walk out with a pocket full of savings.
"19 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. Marie with us from the 911 Communications Center. Marie, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. What's on the report for us?
Okay. In the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County 911 Communications Center has processed 387 911 administrative calls, which consist of 56 for EMS. For law enforcement, the Sheriff's Department had 153. Forest City had 4. Lake Lure had 7. Rutherford had 33. Spindle had 31. For fire calls, Chimney Rock responded to a motor vehicle accident. Cliffside responded to a motor vehicle accident. Forest City responded to a motor vehicle accident. And Rutherford responded to a motor vehicle accident. And that's all I have for the morning.
Marie, thanks so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. And the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department report and the 911 Communications Center is brought to you by our good friends over at Jay's Discount Grocery. Go by and see them for all your discount grocery needs, and I promise you'll find something that you have to have at a fraction of the cost that you have to pay in those big box stores. Go see Rick and all the folks over there, and you'll be glad you did. We're going to continue our call-around report, checking in with Ruby Taylor. She's over in the SDO Fire District, and we'll talk to her right after you hear from Farmer's Friend.
It's the store folks in Western North Carolina depend on. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply. It's like a superstore. Deer corn, $11.05 for 50 pounds. Cob corn, $10. They have plenty of deer plant supplies. Check on the lower prices on propane, $12.99 for a 20-pound tank. Mulch, gravel, rocks, and supplies for beautiful landscaping. That's available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at lower prices. Open Monday through Saturday. If you want a feed and seed store that carries so much more, including new and used farm equipment, then come on over to Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherford.
21 minutes after 7 o'clock. Ruby Taylor with us from the SDO Fire District. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
How's everything going today?
Everything's going okay, I reckon. I haven't heard anything. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Scott Marr, Lindsay Ficklin, and Darrell Gibson today. Tomorrow, Lou Gillum, Steve Lucky Doo, and Mr. and Miss Bruce Blanton is having an anniversary tomorrow. And Sunday, Joan Johnson, Lori Hudgens, Mr. and Miss Billy Stamey have an anniversary. And hope all these people have a nice day. Signs are in the secrets today and going to the fires tomorrow and Sunday. That's all I got.
Ruby, have a good weekend. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Ruby Taylor with that report from the SDO Fire District. Her husband, Harry, did that for many, many, many years. And after Harry passed away, Ruby stepped in, and we are still enjoying the report from the SDO Fire District over that way. Tracy, you are just you're just a busy bee over there this morning. Have you got?
Yes.
What have you got going on?
Okay, let me put my little spectacles back on.
Got to put your reading glasses on.
Did you know everybody's worried about snakes?
Mm-hmm.
Snake season. Did you know that snakes can predict earthquakes as far as 75 miles away, and they can even sense an earthquake 5 days before it actually occurs?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't care if a snake
Well,
detected cancer. I wouldn't go near him.
my thing is this: how do they know a snake can do this? How do these people know that? I mean, it's not like a snake jumps up and says, hey, earthquake's coming.
Earthquake's coming.
I don't know how you get the information out of them. You got a clue?
I would.
I just thought, since
Really
it's snake season, everybody's afraid of snakes. I thought, okay, well, maybe they are a little useful. They can predict earthquakes.
And you also read a good fact that banging your head against the wall for an hour would burn 150 calories.
It sure will.
And also,
so if we saw a snake, I guess we would be banging our head against the wall, wouldn't we?
And it would also cause irreversible brain damage. But if you're going to be handling snakes to see if there's going to be an earthquake, you probably have brain damage anyway. So maybe you did beat your head against the wall. So yeah.
I guess those two go hand in hand.
Yes, it all ties together. 23 minutes. You're never going to know what you're going to hear with us, folks.
Y'all get so educated.
We're going to get you edumacated. and, we only graduated to third grade, so we're good. You remember when people used to say that?
Yes.
I graduated to third grade.
It
only took me 2 times.
Well, Jethro?
24 minutes after 7 o'clock on this. We're just having fun here this morning, Friday, June the 2nd, continuing our call around report. We'll check in with Chris Melton up in the Chimney Rock Fire District after this.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
24 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. Kentucky said he's ready for the fall. What you talking about, man? It ain't summer yet. Gosh. Chris Melton with us from the Chimney Rock Fire District. Chris, good morning, sir. How are you?
Great. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. Anything going on up that way this morning?
Not this morning, but yesterday we had a pretty decent day. Lake Lure Fire Department had a medical call and then a public assist. And that's it on the call report. I had a good blood drive at Bills Creek Fire Department and had a training with the area fire departments and had a good time. So that's it on the call report. And anything else?
All right, Chris, we appreciate that report. Y'all keep them straight up there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Or, excuse me, Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Have a good one, Chris. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Chris Melton with that report from the Chimney Rock Fire District. We'll check in with, where are we going? Oh, DeVern.
We're going to DeVern.
Over in Boston. That's right. DeVern headed your way.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Divert.
We'll be happy, happy, happy.
Yes,
happy,
we will.
Happy on Friday. It's finally Friday, friends. Devern Upton with us from Bostic Fire District. Devern, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good. It's a Friday, and we're feeling good.
Well, that's great. Well, over here in Boston, we have a temperature of 60 degrees. Fire department had no calls. We have one birthday. We want to wish her a happy birthday, Yvonne Eisenberg. Hope she has a wonderful day. Food boxes will be given out again today at Washburn's Outreach off of Piney Church Road from 8 to 12. And tomorrow on Saturday, the thrift store will be open from 8 to 12. It's been being closed, but it will be open starting tomorrow on Saturday. Don't forget the Bostic Lincoln Center. Be open today from 10 to 1 there at the railroad track. Then going up there to Whistle Stop Bakery and get your bakery items for the weekend. And this weekend's supposed to be a beautiful weekend. Take the kids out to the Bostic Park and enjoy it. Hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Devern, have a good weekend. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Oh, looking over to YouTube, looks like Chadwick Von Medfordstein checking in with us. He's headed to, he got offered a full-time job in Albania.
Really?
Driving taxis. He sure did.
Well,
I don't think he's going back over there, though.
Huh, that's interesting.
The commute back and forth, that's just too much.
Yeah, that would be a very long way to have a family reunion.
Kermit, what's up, buddy? Kermit checking in this morning. That's Kermit, Tom Green. That's Kermit's little brother. We're going to call him Kermit. Jethro you remember that? Jethro knew his gazentas. 2 Gazenta 4, 4 Gazenta 8.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. 28 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. Continuing our call-around report, we're going to head to Mount Vernon. Robbie Samuel headed our way.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
29 minutes after 7 o'clock. Today is Friday, June the 2nd, 2023. And we're going over to Robbie Samuel, Mount Vernon Fire District. Robbie, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, Todd. How about you this morning?
Man, I'm doing good. Having to correct people on what day it is. I guess they get confused.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, well, sometimes you forget. My mom forgets the days. And what day is today? Is today Tuesday? No, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
But,
The only time I get my days really messed up is when I've been off and you come back to work and it's, you seem like you have 3 Saturdays, 3 Sundays. Is that not working?
That don't seem like it's working very good.
Well,
I don't forget it's Friday usually.
yeah,
Pretty good with my Fridays.
I don't either, Robbie. And I'm going to go to the Fab Fest today. Yeah. I'm going to
Oh,
make
good.
it.
Well, that'll be
I'm
good.
going to walk through it. Or walk to it or something.
Oh, you know what wasn't working?
What?
I didn't even have it turned on.
Well, see, he kept saying he couldn't hear me. And he said, well, it's because I didn't have you turned on.
Yeah,
okay.
You got to hit that little button up there wasn't lit up. If it lights up green, that means it's working.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it wasn't green.
Those little green lights usually mean go.
We was trying to adjust it and everything else.
How have you been doing, Robbie?
I've been doing good.
Have you been behaving yourself?
I have.
Well,
as far as I
good.
know. Nobody's complained about it yet, so I guess I have been.
As far as you know, right?
That's exactly right. But you was talking about the snakes earlier and the earthquake. So I've always been told, and I've never really looked into it. Maybe tomorrow will be a good day to look into it. I don't know. But I've also heard that spiders, if you could also tell by their web, it'll also tell you kind of like the future weather. Have you ever heard anything like that?
No.
Well, you remember I remember back. You remember when the big tsunami hit Japan years ago, and there was a lot of outlying islands off the coast there, and they said that all the birds and all the animals left those islands several days ahead of that tsunami, and they went inland where the tsunami wouldn't affect them. And one guy was on the islands, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were still 2 days out from a tsunami, and he went out to one of those islands, and he said, it's weird, there are no birds out here singing. He said this island is usually packed with birds, and he says there is none here.
You know, you could see how birds could do that, but a spider?
Yeah, I've never looked into it. I've just always heard.
You ever heard the old tale about the writing spider if he writes your name in the web? You ever heard
I don't like spiders. I don't like them. It doesn't matter if they're little bitty tiny things, if they have web. I guess I'm just not looking at their webs close enough.
And a writing spider is actually just an orb weaver. It's a bigger orb weaver. Orb weavers, usually when you see them, they're really small.
Yeah.
But a writing spider is just one that's gotten really big.
Yeah. Huh.
And they're not poisonous.
Nope. Used to have one down at my building that would build in the corner, and I'd leave him be.
Have y'all ever watched that movie Arachnophobia?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Don't watch it. Don't. It's all about spiders, and it's just creepy.
I can handle spiders. I don't like snakes for nothing.
See, I'm the opposite. I believe I could take a big snake before I could. Could a spider. Look, gracious.
They can live with the devil for the rest of their life for all I care.
Yeah.
I don't care if I ever see another one.
I don't like either one of them.
That's right. But yeah, I don't know. So that'll have to be a topic. Maybe we can look that up and Google something about the spiders. But
that's interesting.
It's amazing how God's creations can do a lot of things that we don't pay attention to.
That's true.
We did, we would have all kind of predicaments.
Warnings actually.
Tell the weather a whole lot better than the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
So. Well, with the fire departments, believe it or not, Hudlow, they've had a good few days. They hadn't had any calls, so that's I know that's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing. Sometimes it's always the calm before the storm. So hopefully it's nothing too terrible. And with Rutherford, we ended up with about 4 medical calls yesterday and a motor vehicle crash. They stayed fairly busy in the last 24 hours. And like you said, tonight will be Fab Fest. Hopefully it'll be a good night. It sounds like the weather's going to work out other than just a few small chance of a storm later this afternoon. But other than that, I think it's going to be a good night for you.
I think
believe it will be, yep.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We're due a good, beautiful weekend, aren't we?
Oh, man, you ain't kidding. It's going to be nice. If it don't rain, it's going to be nice.
Thinking about getting up in the morning, they've got the, down in Main Street, Forest City, they've got, I forget what it is. Maybe tomorrow evening. It's cruising the clock.
Oh, I don't know.
And they have a bunch of, I think the Corvette people in Rutherford County put it on, but they want all the hot rods to come and cruise. And I thought about taking a Trailblazer over there tomorrow and cruising around with them.
Well, can I take my Altima?
Heck yeah. That's a classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take my Nissan Altima over there.
Just do me a favor. Don't put no Bumblebee muffler on that Nissan because it sounds awful.
I don't even know what that is.
You would know it if you ever heard it.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
How can you handle that?
When it sounds like it's going 120 mile an hour and it's doing 20.
Is that the car people do that too?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
These little, as we call them, the little ricers.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
But yeah, you could go and enjoy that. So,
I think I'm gonna put that little Bumblebee a muffler on there just for you.
Oh, there you go.
and drive over to the fire department.
Drive up by the fire department and rev it up.
Everybody be looking outside.
I know it. You'll
Tracy
be going,
made
that dadgum Tracy, I told her not to do that.
Yeah, everybody be looking for you instead of Todd this
I know
time.
it.
That's right.
Then Todd will get jealous and he'll want one on his Trailblazer.
Mine is loud enough, trust me. Mine is too loud as it is. But my son always says, how they gonna know you got a V8 if it ain't loud? And I'm like, whew. Anyway,
You got a point.
I mean, he does have a
goodness.
point, but Lord.
Yeah.
Robbie, we appreciate the report. Hope you have a good day, and we'll catch you again on Monday.
Sounds like a plan. Y'all have a good one as well.
Thanks.
You too. Bye-bye.
Robbie Samuels with that report from the Mount Vernon Fire District. We'll move over to Sue Price, and we'll do that after this.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
37 minutes after 7 o'clock. Sue Price with us from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. Sue, good morning.
Good morning. It's a beautiful morning over here.
Yes, it is. It is. Sun's coming out. I can see it illuminating all of Farmer's Friend across the road there, and it's looking to be a nice warm day.
Well, that's good. That'll be good on the gardens.
Oh,
They had some rain. Now they need some sun.
Exactly. They need some good old sunshine.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. I don't have any calls from the fire department. I have only one celebrating today, and it's an anniversary on my personal calendar and also on Fairview Baptist Church calendar. And it's an anniversary for Joel and Michelle Ekstrom. So happy anniversary to them. We hope they'll have a good day. They're my closest neighbors up here. In my announcements, the Big Springs Baptist Church will be having Vacation Bible School June 5th through the 8th. It starts at 5:45 to 8 p.m. Dinner will be served. And the Sunshine Church will be having Memorial Day service June the 4th. That's Sunday, covered dish lunch to follow. First Broad Bible School is the 11th through the 16th. Supper at 5:30 and march in at 6 o'clock. Duckins Creek Church will be having Memorial Day service on June the 4th. And there'll be a covered dish lunch and a fellowship to follow the service. So it's memorials and vacation Bible schools now.
That's right. Vacation Bible schools are getting about to get ready to kick off and be in full swing for too long.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Gosh, I remember those things when I was little and coming up, and we were always there. I always had the little grape Kool-Aid and the little cookies. And
oh, yeah.
And you always get that hot dog supper
on the last night. Yep.
Oh, fun days, wasn't it?
Yes, it sure was.
I always enjoyed Bible school. I enjoyed teaching, and I enjoyed when I was going as a student. So there are a lot of
good memories.
It's good memories. But I reckon that's about all I've got this morning. So y'all have a good day and good weekend.
So you do the same. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Sue Price with that report from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. Let us know what's happening over that little area of our county. Well, folks, I want you to stop into Tony's Fresh Produce Market today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not Sunday. Today. Today. Why? Because you need to.
Because it's the weekend and you need a watermelon and a cantaloupe
vegetables
and some corn.
Fruits are going to be available. You've got fresh local strawberries. They've got watermelons, peaches, corn, homegrown tomatoes, green beans, sweet Vidalia onions. Come on, boys. The water is fine. That's what I like. I love Tony's. I go up there all the time. That's where we go. Red and white potatoes. Boy, if I had a blue potato, that
I know.
had it made.
I was thinking the same thing when I wrote that up.
Yeah, that's right. Boy, if I had a blue potato, that had it made. Sweet potatoes, homemade pies, cakes, and fudge. You can't beat it. You get your sweet treats, get your vegetables, and you can ruin your diet all in one fell swoop up that way. Summer wreaths and patriotic wreaths are also available. That's right. Just a little over a month away, 4th of July will be right here on us. They've got lush ferns, hanging baskets, flower basket arrangements. They are open every day. That's right, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 7. And on Sundays, they're open 10 a.m. until 4. Call them at 287-9495. Tony's Produce Market, 773 North Washington Street in Rutherford. go and see them. We're going to try to get Tony on one morning with us, see if he can talk with us on the radio, tell us about all the things he's got going on. Tony's a busy man. He stays going all the time.
He really does.
So
he's
go
a
by and
busy
see him.
bee.
Go by and see him, and don't forget about that Tim's homemade salsa, but don't buy it all because I'm down to my last jar. Don't buy it all. I got to have some. 7:41, we're continuing our call-around report check-in with Tina White next.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford.
Good morning, Tina White from the Shingle Hollow community. How are you doing this morning?
Well, I was doing really good, and then I started listening to someone talking about spiders and snakes and all that stuff.
Oh,
that's some crazy people
that
on the other
Robbie, Robbie Samuels. What are we going to do with him? Talking about spider web, big huge spider webs.
We could do like Facebook and give him a 2-day ban.
Yeah.
Not talk to him for 2 days.
Well, while he was talking, I was thinking the whole time, God put those on this earth for a reason.
Yep.
And both spiders and snakes have a very positive act on nature. Maybe not on humans, but on for nature. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They do. We just don't see it because we're too busy running from them.
Yeah. Just slow down and look at God's creation and we'll be amazed.
Yeah, that's true.
So right here in Shingle Hollow this morning, goodness gracious, it's beautiful out there. The sun is bright. It's 61 degrees, and I know it's going to get warm today. It's going to be about 86 from what the weatherman said. The snakes didn't tell me, but...
You mean one didn't whisper in your ear? I bet you money once slipped up and spoke to Brenda Kelly. We'll have to ask her.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what her response is. She has the greatest responses.
She does.
Oh.
Right, Brenda might want to go out. Might be one sitting out on your porch wanting to share you some words of wisdom this morning.
That's
go out there and
right.
see what he says.
So as far as I know, the fire department was quiet the past 24 hours. And I have birthdays today for Miss Martha Hall and Angie Delaforce. And I just know about the one vacation Bible school. So everybody mark your calendars. Get those kiddos out here to Piney Knob Baptist June 26th through June 30th. And yeah, be praying for the outreach that vacation Bible schools do. Pray for these kids. They're exposed to so much in this world that let's expose them to more Jesus.
That is so true.
That's right.
They really are terrible. I mean, schools, I know around here, I guess we got really good schools, but still at the same time, you never know what's coming down the pike at school, in a bad way.
Yeah.
But
and schools do, the kids have access to the World Wide Web.
They do.
At home and at their fingertips, and think about the things that we see that we don't want to see on there that they're exposed to. So let's expose them to Jesus.
That is so true.
Who would have thought, years ago in school, if you would have said, hey, in this year, you're going to have a device that you hold in your hand and you can access everything there is to know about everything. Mm-hmm. I'd have thought you were crazy, but here we are, and we look up crazy cat videos.
Yeah, it's anything. It's for the good, but then you can turn around. Yep. There's a lot for the bad on those things, computers, phones, anything.
It's a lot easier than the card catalog, the dictionaries, and the encyclopedias, because I really do access. When there's something I don't know, I love to learn.
I do too. I do too. And every time Mama has a question about something, I say, well, just let me look that up.
Let me look that up for you.
Everything is, honestly, the whole world is at your fingertips on those phones.
Mm-hmm.
Scary. It's kind of scary in a way.
Well, we just have to use it to the positive.
Right.
That's right.
Okay, well, I love you guys. Thank
you too.
for calling me this morning. Have a great weekend. and everybody stay safe out there.
You
You
do the
too,
same,
Tina.
We'll catch you again on Monday.
Bye-bye.
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 Tina White with that report from the Shingle Hollow Fire District. Let us know what's happening in that part of the county up in Shingle Holler. We're going to check in with Brenda Kelly, Union Mills, after this.
Cheryl, I've been talking to Tommy and David, the outside salesmen at Henson Building Materials in Forest City. They're going to help us navigate through our remodeling project.
Well, I know they have tons of experience, so we'll be in good hands.
Good hands is right. Even professional builders shop there because they trust the quality products and service.
And did you know they have a great relationship with our community, too? Oh, they're so nice.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street, Forest City.
Building starts here.
7:47 on this Friday morning. I'm gonna turn my geek on here a little bit and see if anybody out there in the listening to us knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fictional world that people can talk with snakes, and they're called parcel tongues. What am I talking about? Anybody out there know? They'll know it if they pay attention.
I ain't going to talk to snakes. I ain't going to pick one up.
A lot of my...
I ain't going to have nothing to do with the only good snake is a dead snake.
That's the way I feel about spiders.
a lot of my, if any of my friends are listening, or if they've watched, it's actually a very successful set of movies.
I'm lost. I have no clue.
Anyway, Brenda, good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine. How about yourself? I don't even go out my back door when it gets warm weather without looking in every direction just to make sure there ain't a snake there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Because we have them rattlesnakes, and I don't like them. No, I don't like no kind of snake. Anything that slithers on its belly on the ground is good for nothing.
Oh, Lord.
But,
I had some friends that used to get drunk and end up that way. Does that count?
You was talking about how the birds and everything can predict weather.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I had a dog, Snoopy, and he would just be trembling. And he'd come and sit right at my feet or try to get in my lap, and he'd be just a trembling an hour or two before a storm would come. And then I'd say, well, there's a storm coming, and sure enough.
Storm coming, yep.
Yep.
It's just amazing to me how they can predict something like that, or just feel it coming, isn't it?
I noticed, like, we'll be sitting out on the porch, and we'll get those pop-up thunderstorms in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Buddy will be out there in the yard, and my dog mainly concentrates on eating and sleeping and napping.
Being petted.
And napping and being petted, yeah. Well, he'll be out there in the yard, just a sound asleep, sunning, and all of a sudden he'll get up and he'll look around and he'll go get in his doghouse.
And you know it's gonna
there's a storm about 45 minutes away. There'll be a storm.
Yeah.
And he senses that, knows it's coming. He'll go get in his doghouse.
Wow.
He did that. He did that the other day.
I don't know if they can smell it or if they can hear, because their hearing is a whole lot better than
Oh,
ours.
yeah, it's real keen.
Yeah, and they can probably hear thunder or something way off or no telling what. But yeah, that dog of mine, he would let me know when the storm was coming, and he would just be in fits, bless his heart. Well, let's see. I've got 56 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays or anniversaries today, but in ways of announcements, tonight, 6 p.m., chicken sandwich meal. The cost is $6, 7 p.m. Homegrown opens for random act. There's no admission, but they have tip jar for the band, and this is at the Union Mills Learning Center. So come on out and have your meal. They always have a sandwich and a drink and a pack of chips and dessert, and they have all kind of good homemade desserts. And I think that's pretty good for $6.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's going to be some good eating too, I guarantee you.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I know of going on, so I guess you better go down to Ellenborough and check on Luther Sweet Thing and see if he's got everything under control. See if he likes snakes.
We'll do it, Brenda. Thanks so much.
Okay, catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Brenda Kelly with that report from the Union Mills Fire District, and we will go check on Luther Gillikin after these words.
Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service is the reason they continue to be voted best in pest control. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Free estimates when you call Hutchins Pest Control, and you can be sure that job is going to be done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171, and they'll be right there.
Good morning, Luther Gillikin. How are you?
I'm doing great. And you?
Doing pretty good. Anything going on down around Ellenboro this morning?
Well, are we on the air?
Yes, sir. We ready to go.
Ready to go. Tell it. Well, it's a quiet morning there. We just here drinking coffee, watching traffic go by.
Randy Kelly wanted me to ask you if he was fond of snakes.
If I was fond of snakes.
Yeah. Do you like snakes?
Not really. We made a deal. They leave me alone, I'll leave them alone.
That's a pretty good deal right there. I like that.
That's good. But this fire department, they had 3 medical calls and had 1 airlift yesterday. They're quiet this morning. That's going on in. Everybody's just trying to get this last day of the weekend, getting ready for the weekend. So you have a great day up there. Enjoy the weekend. We'll talk to you Monday.
We'll do it. Luther, have a good weekend. Thanks.
All right, take care now.
Bye-bye. Luther Gillikin with that report from the Ellenboro Fire District. Let's know what's happening down there in that peaceful little hamlet of the county, as Tom Green used to say. He probably still does. Always remember that. Granny B's. Let me tell you about Granny B's. They're the headquarters for those delicious donuts, Orange Twist, Long John's, cream-filled donuts, or just a traditional glazed donut. Enjoy a delicious fresh sub sandwich, or if you don't want the bread, you can get a salad instead. For birthdays, showers, or any occasion, call on Granny B's for their delicious cakes or pettifours. Open Tuesday through Friday, 9 until 7. Saturday, 9 until 6. And they are closed on Mondays. Call them at 286-9012, located at 322 West Main Street in Spindale. It's Granny B's, and they are our official birthday sponsor. So if you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary today, give me a call. We'll even take them for tomorrow. 287-3356. What I was talking about earlier in the Harry Potter franchise, Harry had the ability to talk to snakes, and they call that a parcel tongue.
Huh.
That was from the Harry Potter series.
Okay.
I figured some of my geeky friends would catch on to that.
Well, I'm glad to know I'm not a geek.
Well,
you know, I've never watched Harry Potter. I don't really know that much about Harry.
You know, I've read all the books.
Really?
And watched all the movies. Yeah, I actually surprised myself with that. Folks, birthdays and anniversaries, call me now.
I often hear individuals express how bad government is and how they wish it could get better. In the light of that, it is surprising that millions of U.S. citizens don't even bother to vote. There is a saying that goes, if you have the power to make a change in a problem and you don't do it, then you are the problem. From my perspective, if we don't exercise our God-given and hard-won freedom to vote our choice, then we do not have the right to complain. My brother Kenny, an Air Force Academy graduate and a former F-15 pilot, was killed during a war game exercise in the 80s, leaving a wife and 2 small children. I know such a personal experience makes me somewhat biased toward the high price of freedom that we enjoy. But the least we can do for many other families who gave the last ounce of devotion is to vote. Some contend that their vote does not make a difference, but just consider the following. In 1845, 1 vote brought Texas into the Union. In 1868, 1 vote saved President Andrew Johnson from being impeached. In 1923, 1 vote gave Adolf Hitler control of the Nazi Party. You are just one, but you count. Exercise your incredible privilege by going to the polls and casting your ballot for the candidates of your choice and the issues which affect your life. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living.
Birthday! Happy birthday today to Ruby Guffey, 70 years old today, retired from Spindale Drug. And like to say happy birthday to our very own Lou Gillum. Lou, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I know she's taking today and Monday off, so she's going to celebrate a long weekend. And happy birthday, Lou. Birthdays and events throughout history. Johnny Weissmuller was born in 1904. You know who that is. He was the first Tarzan. That's right. 1948, Jerry Mathers, the Beaver, celebrating a birthday today. 1955, Dana Carvey. He was in the movie Wayne's World. He was Garth Algar, I do believe it is. 1955 was Dana Carvey. 1960, Kyle Petty, Richard Petty's son, race car driver. In 1835, P.T. Barnum begins his first tour of the United States with his circus. 1875, Alexander Graham Bell makes the first sound transmission. 1883, the first night baseball game under the lights is held. 1924, President Calvin Coolidge signs the Indian Citizenship Act, which declares all Native Americans to be American citizens. 1928, Kraft rolls out Velveeta cheese. 1935, Babe Ruth announces his retirement from baseball. And today is National Leave the Office Early Day, National Bubba Day. That's for all you friends that you call Bubba. That's right. National Rocky Road Day, National Volkswagen Bus Day, National Rotisserie Chicken Day, and National Donut Day. So there you are. Congratulations to, let's see, who's going to win our one more. Got one more. Ann Blankenship also celebrating a birthday today. Ruby Guffey, 70 years old. She's retired from Spindale. Congratulations. You are the winner of the cupcake from the Whistle Stop Bakery over in Boston. Go over by there and talk to the fine folks over there, and you will receive a free cupcake courtesy of WCAB and the Whistle Stop Bakery. And I watched, I see yesterday where she posted the list of cupcake flavors she had.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, that I would love to sample each one, but I would probably gain 418 pounds. And but they look good. It was I can't even remember. There was so many, like let's take for example the Oreo cookie or the Oreo cupcake.
Right.
You eat the cupcake, and then when you get down to the bottom of the cupcake thing, there's a whole Oreo cookie down there.
Well, how neat is that?
That's
interesting.
That's how you.
And who doesn't love Oreo cookies?
I'm telling you, that's how you know. If you ever were to way to a man's heart, it's directly through his stomach. Ask my wife. 28 years of that.
I have to remember that.
You know, when I got married, I didn't weigh but 114 pounds. Look at me now, strapping 300. Beth, you're supposed to be laughing. Beth Helton,
she was.
Beth Helton coming up at 5 minutes after 8 this morning with Real Estate Insights with
my
Beth
goodness.
Helton. She is I'm going to use a big word. I hadn't used a big word in a while. She is a plethora of information dealing with real estate.
Yes, she is.
How did you like that? Did you like that plethora?
Plus, she's a jolly. I love this girl. She's so fun.
Yeah, she's so funny. She'll be in here this morning talking about real estate insights, and all the deals and cons and whatever else she wants to talk about. She'll be here talking about that. Atlanta Braves baseball coming up this evening. They'll be playing the Diamondbacks. No, that's right there out on the West Coast. So those games are going to be too late for that. We will have the Diamondbacks in action on Sunday. 2:55 airtime, 3:10 first pitch for that Atlanta Braves baseball. They're playing those West Coast games, and those things won't end till midnight. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't want to stay up that long watching the Braves.
Well, it's the weekend.
It's the weekend,
well, maybe you can go ahead and stay up.
Get you some rest and get up and get ready to go yard selling in the morning. And, there's a lot of yard sales out and about. So
oh, I'm sure.
Get up and take advantage of that. Go find somebody else's, as they call it, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's true. Right.
Well, folks, it's been great being here with you on this Friday. As always, be good. Be good to each other. It'll all come back around to you, I promise.
WCAB. From ABC News, I'm Derek Dennis. Likely later today, President Biden expected to eagerly sign off on the debt ceiling deal after Senate lawmakers finally approved it late last night.
After more than 3 hours of debate, a bipartisan vote. 46 Democrats and 17 Republicans supported the bill. But it wasn't without resistance. The majority of Senate Republicans voting against it, some pushing for more defense spending, while progressive Democrats opposed the deal because of the new work requirements for some older Americans on food assistance. The 2-year deal will also reduce the deficit by $1.5 trillion over the next 10 years, clawing back billions in COVID relief and IRS funding, and ending Biden's freeze on student loan repayments in August.
ABC's Rachel Scott. Monday's default deadline was critical, threatening Social Security checks, government payrolls, and more. Former President Trump under investigation again by the feds, whose sources say have a recording where Trump appears to admit to keeping a classified document after leaving office. Last night, he told Fox News he did everything right, abiding by the Presidential Records Act 100%.
The timeline here was about 6 months after Trump left office. He was acknowledging in this recording, we're told by our sources, that he held on to these sensitive documents, these sensitive military documents. And in this recording, we're told that Trump essentially acknowledges that he should not have held on to them.
ABC's Catherine Falders. The scene of that partially collapsed apartment building in Davenport, Iowa, shifting from rescue to recovery. But drones and a specialized team continue searching for 3 people unaccounted for who may be in the rubble. 2 others were found elsewhere.
Officers were able to make contact with two family members, and those people are okay and safe and out of that building.
And Fire Chief Jeffrey Bledel, the first named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season could be developing in the Gulf of Mexico. Tropical Depression 2 will bring rain and flooding to parts of Florida. You're listening to ABC News.
Paid actor, non-real customer. Quote based on a healthy, non-smoking 44-year-old male with a 20-year term policy. Rates may vary.
Welcome to Ethos, a new kind of insurance company that believes life insurance should be hassle-free, affordable, and accessible for everyone.
For around $1 a day, I got a 20-year, $250,000 term life insurance policy without a medical exam. All I had to do was answer a few health questions and snap, family protected. It was quick and easy. Ethos is 100% online. I got a quote in seconds, applied in minutes, and got coverage in hours. Just answer a few health questions. No medical exam, no blood tests, no hassle. Look, nobody wants to plan for the unthinkable, but it would be so much worse to not plan at all. So don't put it off. It feels great having the peace of mind knowing that my family is protected.
Ethos, the 100% online hassle-free way to get affordable life insurance. Don't wait. Get your free online quote now at ethoslife.com. That's ethoslife.com.
There's new evidence this morning after the death of a young girl who crossed the border from Mexico into the U.S. More from ABC's Jim Ryan.
Customs and Border Protection has finished an internal investigation into the death of an 8-year-old Panamanian girl, finding that contractors working at a CBP station in South Texas failed to contact doctors when the child had a medical emergency. The probe found that medical professionals repeatedly denied the mother's request that her daughter be taken to a hospital, and the child later died.
The family had just made it into America after leaving Honduras. Wildfires in Canada proving stubborn to put out.
I spoke to one of our firefighters who said, you can stamp on an ember, it won't go out. You can stamp on it and step back, and it reignites. You've got to apply water. It's so very, very dry.
Deputy Chief David Meldrum with Halifax Regional Fire and Emergency. The fires in eastern Canada, in Nova Scotia, the biggest in the country, smoke from them triggering air quality warnings as far south as Virginia today. Lack of water also a problem around Phoenix. The governor of Arizona now putting a stop to new construction in the fast-growing suburbs if that construction will rely on groundwater. Officials say there's just not enough. And under arrest in Texas, a guy who apparently really likes to stow away on planes. Man was caught hiding in a compartment in an American Airlines jet before it took off in Houston. He was caught doing the same thing 2 years ago on a flight from Guatemala to Miami. This is ABC News.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Men, you fought hard for the role that you play in your children's lives. This Father's Day, Cordell & Cordell celebrates you the entire month of June. Join us every Friday for our live webinar series, Father's Fridays. There you'll receive much useful information from our panel of speakers. To register, go to CordellCordell.com/Father's Day.
55 Beatty Place, Suite 900, Greenville, South Carolina, 29601. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
I'm Derek Dennis.
Kevin Pleasant here in the Blue Room, taking a look at your weather forecast. You can expect today to be partly cloudy with some isolated showers and highs near 85. Chance of precipitation 30%. Overnight, partly cloudy and lows around 64. For Saturday, partly cloudy, highs reaching about 83. And overnight Saturday, mostly cloudy with lows getting down to around 65. This has been your weather forecast. Keep it tuned in to 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB. Rutherfordton.
And currently outside the studios here on beautiful downtown Whitesides Road overlooking the isothermal complex. We are at 62 degrees. We're broadcasting from the 75th floor of Suite B, Tower 2, overlooking the Metroplex of downtown Rutherfordton. And I'd like to thank Beth Helton for getting us this nice setup.
Oh, certainly, my pleasure.
Beautiful. I don't know how you found the second tower. I love it.
It's magic.
The elevator ride up in the morning is wonderful. Just the music and Ivan the doorman. Oh, great guy. Great guy.
Gem of a man.
You can't beat Ivan. He's just a wonderful guy. Beth, good morning.
How are you?
Really, people don't know we're lying. But unless we tell them. This ain't a tower. This is just a building. Hey, it's my dad always said never let the truth stand in the way of a good story, right? Beth Helton with Beth Helton Real Estate Insights. Beth, what do you have for us this morning?
Well, whatever you want. We've got issues with permits and septics and all kinds of fun stuff. One of the things, there's a lot of scams that are going around. Typically, targeting our older generation. However, these are getting younger ones now too. There was a real estate company out of Florida who has called people and said, if you want to sell your house at some point in the future, we will give you, a few $1,000s to let us do that down the road. So the people will be like, oh, well, I'd love to have you $5,000 or $6,000 or whatever it is they're throwing at them. And they'll send them paperwork and they'll sign this paperwork and not even realize that now that company has a lien on your house.
Yep.
And if you do not let them sell it, or if you go ahead and sell it on your own, you owe them a fee and some charges and all kinds of stuff. So there's something that's trying to pass through our legislation here in North Carolina to prevent that kind of thing. The real estate company, they're like, well, we're not doing anything wrong. Well, yeah, you kind of are, because people don't really, this is like if you sell it within the next 40 years, you're expected to let them do it. And so it's just kind of, you got to really, really be careful. If you've got somebody that calls you about something like that, you need to talk to a local realtor and make sure that that's legit. Because it's probably not.
Probably not.
And then we've got some people that are doing work on their houses, especially now it's springtime. They're wanting to get ready to sell, so maybe they're adding on to their house. Maybe they are expanding the bathroom, putting in all new fixtures, maybe adding some light switches here and there. You got to get some building permits, people. You can't just do it willy-nilly. Cannot do it.
If they don't see it, I can.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it'd be like the guy that rewired his house and it caught fire.
That's a bad deal.
Yeah, and the insurance company realized he had not gotten any permits, so they paid out nothing.
Nothing,
not
now
one
you're
penny.
Out of house. Thank you.
And the thing is, people are like, oh, that's just another government wanting to get some money. No, they know that you're building onto your house, so they can adjust the property card, which when we're getting ready to list a house, we pull the property card. And they've got a floor plan, or a footprint, let me say, not the floor plan, of your house. And so if what we're looking at on the property card is different than what we look at in person, we're going to know you've done something. Yep. And my question is, did you get that permitted? Because if you did not, then that means nobody who follows the building code has come out and checked the work and made sure it was done in a workmanlike manner and all that. So that's a problem. So just do things right the first time. Insurance, my aunt, I was in Virginia last week trying to help my aunt with some stuff. Homeowners insurance is a great thing, but only if it pays out. And hers isn't paying for her roof because they couldn't determine if it was caused by storm, hail damage, or wind damage. So you need to know your policy, your homeowner's policy, before you start getting any work done there as well. Don't have somebody do the work until the insurance guy comes out and the adjuster comes out to take a look, because they need to see what's going to happen. Now, the guy that did her roof, he had pictures before, during, and after. It was great. I'd never worked with somebody like that. It was wonderful. I wished he was here in this area. He did a drone of the roof before they did anything, and then as they pulled off some of the shingles, he had a drone do the thing again. And then as they had it all, up down to, I mean, they even ripped off the felt. He did a drone again. I mean, so we had like 5 or 6 different, period shots, which was great.
The stages of what he was going through.
Stages,
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking for. When you get my age, those words kind of fall out the other ear. And so having reputable people do work for you is a big deal. I typically won't, unless I've used somebody or I know somebody has used them and they're happy, I typically won't refer people.
Yeah.
But if an agent refers somebody to you and they don't do a good job for you, you need to let that agent know.
That's right.
Because our reputation's on the line, not just with helping people buy and sell houses, but, referring people, to do stuff. So let people know. But you want to make sure, check your policies, make sure your insurance policies are up to date. If you add on to your house, make sure your insurance policy is up to date with that. Now, the kind of roof that my aunt got, it's a class 3 hail resistant. That's supposed to help save money on her insurance policy.
Yeah.
So you just make sure, we want you to save as much money as we can in as many places as we can.
That's right.
And I mean, so now she's going to be in the process of maybe doing new windows and a garage door and all kinds. She's got a whole list of stuff she wants to do. But of course, all that takes time and money. So now while people are trying to get their houses on the market ready to sell, during the next few months, I think you need to focus on making sure things work. Put new light bulbs before you list your house, or maybe soon thereafter. Put new light bulbs everywhere, because if a light switch flips and no light comes on, people will say, "Oh, great, what's wrong?"
Oh, yeah. Oh, what the wiring.
Yes, change out your batteries in your smoke detectors. There is nothing more annoying than going into a vacant house and you got that annoying beep going off and it vibrates throughout the whole house.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can't find out which one it is. I used to keep batteries in my car and I would change them if I needed to. But change your batteries, change your light bulbs, declutter. I've got a house now on Holly Hill in Columbus, and my guy lives in Colorado, and so he came, he got everything he wanted. We've sold some stuff. Consignment store picked up some stuff. I've got some stuff left. I've got to call Habitat, see if they'll come get. We've got a dresser, a mirror, some pictures, a bicycle, a stationary bike, I think still some yard tools. I don't know, I've got to go up there this morning, that we've got to get rid of. So in your decluttering, go ahead now and start either having your yard sale or put it on One Man's Junk or just put it on Facebook or tell people that you've got stuff.
Get it out of there.
Yeah, because that'll give you money in your pocket and that will help get it decluttered.
That's right.
Because why do you want to move stuff from one house to the next that you hadn't looked at in a year?
If I got a philosophy in my house, if it celebrates more than 2 birthdays, it needs to go, unless I need it.
That's not a bad idea.
So,
I've got stuff that I used to love to do crafts and things like that. I can't see to do cross stitch anymore, so I got to get rid of that stuff. I don't paint my little clay pots anymore. Yeah, I mean, I've given away a ton
Let me
of
revise
stuff.
it. If I haven't used it in 2 years, it's time to go. Time to move on.
And that's the same way with clothes. I mean,
but as sure as I sell it, I'll need it, and then I have to go buy another one.
Yeah, but you can. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
You can
do that.
There is a little store in Shelby. Oh shoot, I don't remember what street. It might be on Lafayette Street. I don't remember. It's called the Free Clothing Store in Shelby. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to get rid of stuff in my closet. Let's face it. I got so many clothes in my closet that I don't wear, haven't worn, can't wear, not going to wear. What's the point?
Exactly.
My house payment is like paying for a storage facility. Stop it. So, but yeah, find places that you can give your clothes or donate your things lightly used. You don't want to give junk, but like to the Totally Free Clothes Store, they have people that don't have money who need they can come get so many outfits a month. Habitat, if you're taking cabinets out of your house, call Habitat.
Oh Lord, yeah.
I mean, come on, doorknobs, drawer pulls, anything like that, take it to Habitat. They would love to have it.
That's right.
And so anything to do with housing, if you've got rugs, if you've got a nice rug, maybe in your foyer and you're just tired of it, Habitat. I mean, because I'm telling you, people will buy this stuff, and Habitat can use the money for their next build.
To help
Yes.
out around the community.
And see, with Habitat, you've got the people that are buying the house, they've got to put in so many hours of sweat equity anyway.
That's right. Yep.
You know, and it's really cool because it makes them feel like they had a part of building their house.
And they actually do. I mean, if you're out there building your own house, it makes you, first of all, it makes me proud. And then, hey, look what I did.
I know.
Of course, if they left it up to me, every time I turned my light switch on, the microwave would rev up. But, you know.
That's why you're not going to do the
I'm
electrical.
not going to do that, the electrical. Let's leave that to somebody else. Trained professionals.
That's right. And you need to use those, and you need to use ones that are good. And so if you do want, like my aunt's roof, her roof was only like maybe 14 years old. But the people that had put it on the first time, and these were architectural shingles, they didn't put it on right.
Yeah.
According to this guy, he said, yeah, you shouldn't be seeing this hangover, and you shouldn't be having this, and they shouldn't be just, you know, and it's like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So you want reputable people. Ask people who have, like her neighbor had just gotten a new roof, and she asked her, who did you use? And then there was somebody else that said, oh, well, this other guy does roofing. So, I mean, find out who does good stuff. And go at it that way. I mean, it's the same thing with real estate. When you've got a good agent, you want people to know about it. And so if you've got an agent that you feel like is taking you for a ride and is not being honest and open with you, then people are going to know about that too.
That's right.
So you need to make sure that your interests are covered and protected.
And if you don't have a real estate agent, you can always reach out to Beth Helton. She would be more than glad to assist you.
Absolutely. I'm a plethora, as you call me.
Plethora
I
of
love that
information.
word.
And they can find you, Beth?
I am at 704-853-9060. And my email is beth.helton@gmail.com. And you can find me over here also behind the Lime Green Movie Theater, Robert Green Real Estate. If you see a Palisade with the license plate of home, I guess they call it hashtag now. I used to call it the pound sign.
Yeah.
Home #1, that's my car. Just
There
come in
you
and
go.
we'll answer questions for you.
There you go. Beth Helton, appreciate you being here on Fridays. As always, it's a pleasure. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good. I'll be here.
Thanks.
Savings are stacking up at Carolina West Wireless. Get the iPhone you want and get the best deal stack of the year. This month only. Save an extra $200 on any iPhone, even if it's already on sale. That's up to $600 in savings, and some models are even free. Yes, free. Plus, grab an unlimited data plan for 4 for $25 per month per line. You gotta get this deal today. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details or visit carolinawest.com/terms and conditions. Offer expires June 4th, 2023.
Remember Dad this Father's Day with a great gift